And we're back with TSPN with Rick Sanders. Rick, how are you doing today?
Hey, it's great to see you, Rich.
You're in technically the Fiddletown area, was that?
Right, I live right in the middle of Fiddletown.
Okay, right in the
Downtown Fiddletown.
Okay, I thought you lived up the road from there a while back.
Well, I have a ranch on Quartz Mountain Road.
Okay, that's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
But today we're not going to talk about any of that. We're going to talk about the Amador Home and Lifestyle Show. Now, Sue Ann was just saying it sounds interesting, but she doesn't know anything about it.
Well, that's my job is for people to understand about it.
Yeah.
It's like a home show, but we've included other things. You know, we're in a relatively small venue in Amador County, and this is our third year. We want to bring more Amadorians to the show, and a lot of them don't know about it.
And where's the show, and exactly what does it? I mean, I think I know what it is with home and lifestyle, but you know, there could be a lot involved there too.
Right. Well. If you go to the home shows like in Sacramento and so on, or even El Dorado and Auburn, you know, they're pretty packed. And we'd like to have more at our event, but basically we also have time for people to talk to the vendors, and the vendors really kind of like what they've got there because they're not competing with 4 or 5 people peddling the same type of a product.
Right.
But we do have vendors from within the county and from without the county. You know, the chamber is doing a show also in April, and that's going to be great. That's more business to business, where ours is business to the public.
Now, theirs, I believe, is at the Rancheria.
At the Rancheria.
Where is this one held at?
This is at the Amador County Fairgrounds.
Okay.
Yeah, an expo center.
And what day and what time?
It's June 14th and June 15th. That's a Saturday and a Sunday. Both days it starts at 10 a.m. and it concludes at 5 p.m. The show does, and on Saturday, and 4 p.m. on Sunday. However, we've got some other things that we always throw in the mix. We kind of call it Celebrate Amador. And we'll have like some music there. We've got a guy that's going to instruct in music. We'll probably have 50 or 60 vendors, maybe more this year.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a lot of vendors.
Yeah. And, you know, roofing people, solar people, usually we have a couple solar people so people can get a story from different sides and so on and different ideas. We'll have the halls, windows is usually in the show. Just a whole mix of people that have to do with home.
Yeah, basic people that do just retail sales, furniture and things like that, or not so much?
Well, the Sierra people down here that have the fireplace store, they're there, and they'll have, you know, they have a retail store.
You said fireplace, but they also do ponds and things.
They
too.
do ponds
So
and
they
things.
do more.
Thanks for
they
saying
do more
that.
than those two things too.
And they put their ponds up. They put a pond up there so you can see a real live pond. And then we have people who do paving, you know, brick paving and that type of thing.
Yeah, I just did my own paving. That's a lot of work.
It is a lot of work, the leveling and such.
Yeah, those pavers are. I had to actually take one part apart because I did it. I wasn't happy with it, so it's a lot of work, especially if you have to do it twice.
Well,
but it's interesting to see those things actually set up like that,
right.
because I have questions on the pond because we have raccoons and things. How do you keep the raccoons out?
Yeah.
Is it possible? Maybe it's
Those are
not.
some great questions, and what gets me is I see these guys set up now. They've got a relatively flat floor. We've got an asphalt floor there in the main exhibit building, but they'll lay these things out, and they'll have a patio out there in about an hour and a half. Now
So they put the pavers and everything out
put the
there?
pavers right on
Wow.
the floor there, and then they'll have a wall in the back and that type of thing.
So you're having vendors like Lowe's or Meeks or some of the others?
Well,
or?
we've had, actually Lowe's and Meeks don't usually participate. We have had Home Depot, and we might have them again, where they do the deal for kids, and then the kids build things right there at the show. So we'll try and line up things like that. We did have Meeks one year, and we may have them again. We're still adding exhibitors. So, and we will be for the next month and a half.
Well, you sound big enough that you might be taking up a couple buildings up there. But
well, we do. I'm sorry. We do the main exhibit building. We do the spur building, and then the lawn out front, and then the lawn across the way where the carnival usually is. Because, for instance, we had Sears there, and they'll have all their lawn mowers, and they kind of have a lawnmower rodeo. We've got a guy there that does, trail riding from the Kirkwood area. So it's a whole mix of things, and the more we can get there, the better.
Who puts on the show?
We do. We as I. But it's also for the Plymouth Economic Development. They get 10% of our profits, and that's kind of a big part of our budget for economic development.
There's a show graphic, is that on the website?
Oh, yeah, our website is AmadorHomeshow.com. There's our show graphic on the screen right now.
Okay.
But AmadorHomeshow.com, we've got an extensive website that'll show you things. We also are encouraging people from many places to go. We have what we call stay and play on there, where some people are offering discounts and so on at restaurants and hospitality places.
All right. Well, that sounds like a great show. I mean, why go to Sacramento when you can basically find most of it here? Any hot tub people or things like
Oh,
that
yeah.
too? Oh,
Yeah, we always have something like that. And we're free parking and free admission.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's the great part too.
Yeah, people like that.
Yeah. And you know, the Sacramento shows sometimes are so huge, you can't get through all of it anyway.
That's right.
So
You can't see them all.
you can come up here and you got 2 days if you need it, but
Right.
I imagine one day you can find exactly what you're looking for.
Yeah.
I know that's where I first saw the paver idea, though, was going to a couple of these shows.
Sure.
And kind of deciding what I wanted to do, and I bought the material here locally, and it's a good way to do it and,
Yeah.
and help our businesses here
Right.
locally too.
Right.
So you kind of did this on your own to start it?
Through Plymouth Economic Development,
Okay.
you know, I'm very involved in that, and we decided we needed more shows in our town of Plymouth, and so a buddy of mine came up with this idea,
Great
and so
idea.
this is the third year. We didn't do it last year because I had to put lights up in Plymouth,
Right.
and Economic Development does quite a bit of work for that type of thing.
Right. Give us your website one more time or a phone number. Or
AmadorHomeshow.com, and you can dial 245-4900.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you, Rich,
Okay.
very much.
I'm going to go to the show. That sounds good.
Yeah, I'm delighted to have you come.
All right.
All right.
We're going to take a break and we'll be right back.
You're watching Amador County's local television network, TSPN.